Herzlich willkommen zum Music Talk, dem Music- und Sound-Production-Podcast aus Berlin.
Rolling. So, hallo, ich bin heute auf der Musikproduktivmesse in Ibbenbüren. Neben mir ist der Kent. Hello, Kent.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and you've got the Pro Tools thing here.
Yes, this is what everybody is coming to see. We have our new Onyx mixers running with Pro Tools Empowered.
And that's the first third-party hardware that runs with Pro Tools, isn't it?
This is correct. This is the first time that someone out of the Avid family has created a driver that will work with Pro Tools Empowered.
And not only created, but it was allowed to.
Yes, this is true. There will be an announcement soon on both websites regarding the driver and how we're working in partnerships. That should be in about 1 or 2 weeks.
Wow, cool. And so this baby here, it's 16 in, 16 out Firewire.
Correct. 16 in and 16 out, Firewire or analog, and you can mix it how you want.
Okay. Can you show us how it works?
Sure, it's actually really simple. I have a Pro Tools Empowered session running, and I'm just bringing 16 channels in. And if you want the channel to be Firewire, there's a Firewire button at the top of every channel, and that'll now make Firewire come into the channel, and you just mix it in analog. So Getting Firewire in is very simple. Getting it out is even simpler because it's already automatically going out the whole time.
So I don't have to do any routing in the mix or anything. So what comes in on channel 1 goes to the input of channel 1 of Pro Tools.
You hit record in Pro Tools on channel 1 and that's it.
Okay. And that good one. My question would be, it does not only work with Pro Tools, so I could use a Cubase. Does it work for PC as well?
Absolutely, yes.
So you're using an ASIO driver?
We have our own drivers on the Mac for core audio. It's just plug and play, and then we're also doing what we call the Mackie Universal driver, which allows it to work on PC and Mac with Pro Tools and also without. So if you did have Cubase, you would have an ASIO driver that would allow you to have it working with Cubase, Traction, Ableton Live, whatever you wanted it to work with.
So I could have all my VST instruments come in here and do what people like to do, an analog summing mix?
Exactly. Sum it all in analog, or one of my favorite things to do at my home studio is to work on a track and have all the tracks in analog, even if I'm using virtual instruments. So I might have a Moog instrument here, a real hardware one, and some other drum machines, plus virtual instruments, and I can work on the track for 3, 4, 5, 6 days without having the computer on, unless I'm using virtual instruments. And then when I'm ready to record, just turn the computer on and record it.
Do I have some basic effects, digital effects?
This is a 100% analog mixer except for the Firewire I/O. So for all the digital effects and things you would need like that, it's up to you if you already have things in hardware or if you wanted to do it in your computer. But you can use this and send aux sends out to the computer and use your computer as an effects processor.
Okay, so this would be ideal for tracking.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Tracking or live performance with a band. And if you look at this one, the smaller unit, the 820i to the right, if you had a live session and you played along with Ableton Live at the same time, you can literally bring Ableton Live from your laptop in on a channel and have a fader for that channel and an EQ. And this is your laptop channel now. So you can mix your laptop with all of your other instruments and even use aux send. You'll see aux send 1, 2 to Firewire outputs 5, 6. If I push that, my aux sends are now going out to Ableton, and in real time I can loop and slice and cut things and then have them come back on a channel.
Okay. So I mean, these days Firewire is become a little bit unfashionable these days, which I think is a big shame because I don't trust USB. No, not yet.
Well, the nice thing about
why didn't you do USB?
Well, the nice thing about Firewire is it's a protocol that is self-negotiating, which means it will allocate priority for important things like audio streams, and all the items on the Firewire bus can negotiate who has priority for something. So if it really needs to get a piece of audio right now from a hard drive, it'll get that. If it really needs to get some audio channels moved down the bus, it'll do that. It's a much more robust protocol than USB 2, and USB 2 is never designed to do anything but peripherals like a mouse or something like that.
Because we always have this discussion, you know, where people say, oh no, now USB is just as fast and as good. But it's a protocol that's the problem, isn't it?
Well, it's a theoretical speed, but in practical applications, Firewire is a much more professional application. It was always designed to be that way.
And this huge mixer is bus powered. No, it's just a joke.
Yeah, like a 400 horsepower bus outside, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so how much is this, the big one and the small one?
This one is list priced of 1,899 euros. Keep in mind it's using Cirrus Logic converters on the inputs and outputs, which are the same ones used in a DigiDesign 192 interface. So 16 in, 16 out with Cirrus Logic converters.
Yeah.
This one, you asked me a question I don't actually know the answer to. I believe it is about 599 euros, but I could be wrong. I would have to look that up. List price on this.
Okay, yeah, Ken, could you do me a favor and just hold the microphone for a second? Real hardware. Real hardware. Thank you very much, Ken.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Have a good day.